Hello, everyone. This is kind of going back to kind of the stuff that I was doing a little while back where I was opening up things that I had gotten either as gifts or picked up or what have you. I know I recently did like some booster pack openings while talking about like putting together some pre-constructed or at least based off of lists pre-constructed decks for Magic to kind of play around with, as well as like I've gotten my hands on a bunch of things that were like meant to be like Friday Night Magic out of the box kind of stuff, like challenger decks, event decks, etc. And I had also like over the past gotten like a couple of decks of Pokemon to play with my kids, a couple of things of Yu-Gi-Oh because of personal nostalgia, as well as to play with them because my elder sons wanted to get into the game, then my daughter did, and then my littlest did. So definitely have those things. But lately I kind of had like a bit of a nostalgic pang for the old Dragon Ball Z trading card game, which I didn't know until I went looking had like a, I don't know if it was a re-release or if it was brand new product through Panini because it was originally published through Score. But I used to have excuse me, goodness, used to have a bunch of Black Mastery cards, and I ran King Kai as my face of it. I don't know if that was supposed to be how it was because I never got like a pre-constructed deck that had rules and everything. I got all the leftover cards from two friends who were collecting the game, who were like trying to build up like two Saiyan decks, one Gohan, one Vegeta to fight against each other. So I never knew how to actually play the game. Not properly anyway. I don't think I knew how to properly play it. But I kind of had a pang of like, well, I want to see like, because I had seen the super decks at stores, and was like, oh, I wonder if it's the same game, just kind of reworked, what have you. And I went looking online, and I'm not going to be like, not trying to be reductionist, but the way that the new super game plays reminds me a bit of Duel Masters, kind of how the like how you play things works around. Not exactly the same. It's definitely its own game for the most part with like mechanics and how phases work. But just the fact that like every card can also function as like energy cards, it was very reminiscent of that. And I barely played Duel Masters. I think I got put off because the anime got like the Ghost Stories treatment. Like I don't think that's actually what happened. I don't think it was like they didn't have a script and just kind of flew by the seat of their pants. But it felt like it. Anyway, so went looking online, and for each of these $10 when I got them off of eBay, picked up two from the old game and two from Super to kind of keep in my pocket for playing with if I ever get the urge or any of my kids want to learn how to play or what have you. And if anything, it's just something neat to have as like an option to play with friends. So, this super decks have their own list. I think these are pre-constructed, but they don't have a list on the box. And your personalities, the heroes or what have you, are supposed to be somewhat random. So I'm kind of excited to see what comes out of those, but I'm going to open both. And we'll start with, which was right off the side of the screen because I'm using my phone standing upright. I had no idea that this game had gotten like a re-release or like a booster to it until I went looking into it because I was like, oh, I wonder how much it would be to get some of those old things. And like, you go back a little bit farther, it's not bad. It's not like old Magic product bad, but it's still pretty expensive because, you know, Dragon Ball Z has a fandom, has some hype behind it. Nostalgic millennials and like whatnot will eat the stuff up and want to charge what they want for it. And the only reason I know how to open the box like that is because I went looking to watch someone open one of these, but I didn't want to get to where they were looking at what was inside, because I saw someone comment on a review that they destroyed the box trying to get it open. And I wanted to see, how are you supposed to open it? Okay. It's the deck. So this must be the personalities and stuff. Trunks. Cool. So, rule book I'll be reading over quite a bit. I love getting play mats with my cards. Like, that's something I love about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic starter product used to come with something like that, but the fact that Magic's field is not limited, like you don't have a limit to the number of lands, you don't have a limit to the number of creatures and permanents on the battlefield. I understand why they don't, but I kind of miss it. So anyway, set that aside. Open up this bit first. Use foil, so maybe someday I'll have to get sleeves for it, but I'm not racing for it right now. Trunks returned. It's kind of thicker cardboard too. Trunks Sword Master, Defiant, and Overpowering. Saiyan Rampaging Mastery. So it's a Saiyan Mastery deck. Another copy of Trunks returned. Saiyan Preparation. These are a little bit curled, so I'll definitely have to get some sleeves for these and probably put them in a book or something. But that's cool. Having been like someone who got the leftovers from friends who were like trying to build like Saiyan Mastery stuff, it's kind of interesting to open up something and be like, so this is Saiyan. Oh, upside down. Okay, so it's supposed to go like that. Or is it? I don't know. Kind of curious to see if there's any allies in here, because I know that's supposed to be a thing too. I'll see people comments on things like this. Usually Magic product, because that's my main game, but like I was looking at these and I saw a comment on one of them where it's like, there's too many duplicates, bad box or something like that, and all I could think is like, or good box, because you're getting more consistency to your deck of cards. They were probably hoping for it to work like a booster pack though. That's kind of cool. The artwork, the Saiyans from the past. Alrighty, so there's no ally cards in there. That's probably fine though. Those are all like, they have a little bit of curvature to them, but that's probably actually just from manufacturing. Like, it's nothing like what you see in Magic nowadays. These ones, now the box was a little bit damaged, so I kind of wonder if a little bit of moisture got in, but definitely I'll want to sleeve up the trunk stuff. Maybe that was supposed to be like an extra person, but I got like a random extra trunks. I don't know. I know nothing. This is old and new for me. I'm going to reset these in the box until I get some sleeves so that everything's nice and neat. Gonna put it like that, and then put our play mat and rule book like that. Now let's check out that one. It'll be funny if it's like, and it's Trunks again. We're going to be playing Trunks versus Trunks, everybody. No, we'll see. Two different releases, but like, I remember seeing like multiple variations, and my friends like being like, this is the better phase 1 or step 1 and all that. I suppose kind of like Pokemon in a way. Does appear to be another Saiyan deck. Gohan. That'll work. That'll work. At least we got a different personality. Rule book. And so there'll be a lot of similar cards played between them, but if it's just for fun, that's alright. Gohan Adapt, Gohan Unlocked, Gohan Unassuming, Gohan Undeniable, Saiyan Dynamic Mastery, Cell. Okay, so yeah, there was that second one was probably random. I don't know. It's a level 3 Cell. That's foil Saiyan cards. And yeah, like once the package was opened, they kind of popped like that. So they'll definitely need to be sleeved at some point. And this will probably have a lot of similar, but not all the same, because it was from like the following year's release. It said 2016, so I was like, while I was still working at a convenience store, but not, but before I had quit, which is interesting. Intimidation. Okay, just for the artwork, that's my favorite. Oh, cool. So I wonder if they were supposed to be Saiyan out of the box, or if I just lucked out and got two that had Saiyan in the box. Because the previous one, Evolution, the box says, you know, look out for like androids 17 and 18. And they would not be Saiyans, they'd be androids. Fun. Nice. Yeah, definitely looking forward to sitting down, reading the rule book, practicing this out, but those foil cards. So, and this is no hate to anybody who likes foil cards, but I've honestly not been a big fan. Like, there are definitely cards when I've gotten them in foil, been like, that's cool, and used them in decks. But, so, when I got back into Magic after having a good chunk of my collection stolen, it was about a year in between, like, collection stolen to friends convincing me to get back into the game. I got one of the old theme decks because it was back when Onslaught was out, and they always came with like a foil basic land, and I just assumed that you would put that basic land, like shuffle it in, like it was a cool extra. But my friends and I would play outside on a picnic table. Yeah, cringe. Yu-Gi-Oh was big at the time, but the foils would start to curl in the sunlight, so you'd have a bunch of flat cards, and then there'd be one card in the middle, like, starting to stand up. So ever since then, I've just never really liked foils much. And these things kind of back up that feeling. See if there's an easy way to open this so that I don't tear it. There's tape there. Okay, I think that's it. See if we can Carefully use the side of the scissors to kind of box cutter it. Yep. Cool. So I'd like to keep the boxes for right now. I did not want to let go. It's like, I will tear. I was like, I know you won't. Okay, it's kind of nice that it has the plastic to set that in. This appears to be our play mat. Must be a rules thing, and what is this? 4 types in total. A 1-card Zenkai pack. We'll take a look at that first. I don't expect this to be particularly entertaining for anyone. I just wanted to do it for my own. My future possibilities. That's cool, because she's one of Emperor Pilaf's lackeys, right? That's kind of neat. And this looks like it has the plastic opener thing. Just gotta get my fingers on it. There we go. Son Goku growing up fast, and then he's supposed to have a backside, right? Or is that not the one? Oh, is it him? Son Goku, and then he becomes the Ozaru? So that's my main then, right? Kid Goku? This must be something that I can put on top of him. I don't know. I watched like a short video on it. I will learn. I will learn eventually. It's kind of cool that this is a lot of Dragon Ball stuff. Is that him being held by garlic? Hey, Turles. Was not expecting a Tree of Might reference in here. More Yamcha. Tien. I'm the world champion, Jackie Chan. Frieza Army Reinforcements. Sure. Bulma, the power of science. Love that name. Cool. That's neat, and I am. Those are kind of cut, kind of thick too. I actually like that. I like the feel of these cards. All right, I'm gonna slip her in the back, but I'm gonna keep in mind that she is not part of the main Goku deck. I'm gonna get these all back in the box. My Goku feels like he's gonna slip. I might have to get a deck box for each of these slaves and all that. The whole 9 yards of like keeping my cards nice and neat so they can last. Over time, though, over time. Alrighty, and now we got this one. I was watching someone's review on why they hated Dragon Ball Z's Majin Buu arc, and they hated Gotenks because he didn't take anything seriously, and all I could think is like, well, one, Akira Toriyama wrote Dragon Ball with a comedic spin on a lot of things, so don't be upset about comedy in the man's comedy shonen. But like, also, it's like two, 8-year-olds? Like, Trunks is like a year or two older. Because Goten had to be younger. Like, fused together into a superhero, like, they're gonna come up with some goofy stuff. And I liked their fight with Majin Buu. Like, this picture honestly looks way more... That's very adult. So I haven't watched any of Super yet. I'm planning on it. But like, a lot of the nostalgia from this stuff, like, is kind of getting me on. I need to watch GT and Super, because I've watched enough of Z that I don't think I need to rewatch it. I've watched Dragon Ball enough, but I actually never finished GT, and I know that it's not, like, comic canon, like, not manga canon. It was made by Toei Animation to kind of continue the story. But I want to watch both of them. See, like, call, like, GT an alternate universe, you know? So, starts like this, and he has the ghosts, and then he flips over. Okay. It does look older, though, so I wonder if in Super, Goten and Trunks do that? Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. We have Gogeta in here. Nice. Interesting. Frieza Saga Gohan. And Bulma. And Frieza. And Vegito. The other fusion of Goku and Vegeta. The Great Saiyaman. Nice. Son Goten, Bonds of Friendship. And Trunks. More Gotenks. Boo Boo Volleyball. Son Goten. Gotenks Full Throttle. Homicidal Clones. Love the name. Okay. That's cool. And then we do have that extra card. We'll pull that out. Interesting. I didn't have this with the Goku one, but this one does have a little bit of picking up from the foils. It's not super bad. I get why card games do the foiling stuff. It's flashy, it costs more to produce, so they can make less of them and make them more collectible and all that. I say that as I'm opening up a mass-produced deck of cards that probably didn't cost them that much. Oh, I love that I got Mai and I have Oolong. I need to get Emperor Pilaf and Shao, the Fox Ninja, and Puar. Just make a whole bunch of early Dragon Ball stuff in here. That's cool. I like that. Alrighty. That was interesting. I'm sure it was boring as sin for anyone who wants to sit down and watch 25-ish minutes of me opening old and new Dragon Ball TCG product while I'm sitting here talking about the fact that I am a lousy Dragon Ball fan because I haven't watched any of the newer series. But I certainly enjoyed this, and I hope everybody has a good day.